So many changes. What a week it's been. Hey all, I'm Andrew and welcome back to the Devlog series where we watch my hair grow week by week. I'm currently developing We Are Not Alone, a hybrid first-person / third-person horror experience that revolves around changing camera angles. If that sounds good to you, you can wishlist on Steam, there's a link in the description, and it should also be on the Epic Store if you prefer that in the next few days. As I said last week, the game is now playable from the start, all the way to the end. Now of course it's blurred because I don't want to spoil that straight out of the gate. One of the biggest changes I made this week, and I know changes this late into creating the demo is probably not the best idea, but I just went back and realized that the hallway scene, which is one of the first scenes I made, just didn't feel really real. Now, if you take a look at my notebook, you can see this was the original design of the hallway, just an L shape, and that's not focusing at all, but you can kind of see it here. And as you can see on screen, this is the first iteration of it. Just walking around here, it's an L-shaped hallway. Then one night I had the idea of pushing some of the doors back, creating little corridors, creating little elevated areas or bits that descend as well. Just something to make it a little more real, something just to make it seem bigger. And so I also did a plan for that. You can kind of see the snaky little diagrammy design there. And here is the hallway now. I really think it adds a lot more to the environment, makes it feel bigger. Well, I mean, it literally is bigger, but it just makes the game space itself feel bigger and more real. I've also been working on a few more custom textures for the game. As you can see in this screenshot here, this is what the schedule used to look like for the test subjects. Very rough, yeah. Very amateur. But then I got into Photoshop and created this, which is the new schedule. This introduces the idea that all characters in this environment are being directed to perform specific tasks. Just little additions like this can make all the difference. I mentioned the other week that I was adding things such as lore and smaller story stuff into the game. Just as an example, take a look at this. There's now TVs all around the place showing nice little messages to the player. These are provided by the company running the experiment called Osiris. It's a company that's at the forefront of medical technology. So why are they running an isolation experiment? Which makes things a little bit more interesting in the environment. There's other little interaction points where you can try to get a little bit more story from. Osiris will play a prominent role in the story. You'll find out their motives, ultimately what their plan is, and how long they've been around. The other thing that's been added to the game and has kind of been there from the start, but just little bits are being peppered around now, is that you can do your own research in the demo. There are conversation, objects, and other little things in the environment that while they're not necessarily there for the completion of the demo, they just add little exciting bits that will flesh out more of the background story about what is going on, and maybe even some character motives too. I always wanted to make sure that from the start I had a solid story, but also have extra things that the players can try to figure out on their own and come up with theories. As for the sprint board, you can see from here that there's still a few things to go, but look at the completed column. Holy crap, has progress been good. The main things left now are redoing the UI, because while it's in there, it's kind of gross and disgusting. It serves a purpose, but I really need to do more to that. I need to add in some more sound effects here and there. There are sounds, there's even the music has been integrated, which has been created by Adam Cookson at Electronox. He does fantastic work and I can't wait for you to hear that. There's also testing controllers and making sure that the option menu actually works. It's there, but whether it's working correctly, we'll see. The amount of progress I've been able to make over the past week is just phenomenal. Thank you, Sprintboard. I love you. So the next steps. No, unfortunately, you can't have the demo just yet. I'm sorry. I have a few people that will be getting the demo for testing purposes this week, and depending on how many bugs they've found, we'll see. I ran through the demo about 5 times myself since this sprint, and I found page after page after page after page. You get the idea. Lots and lots of just little things that weren't working quite so well. Some of them were like major bugs that took a few hours to fix. But seriously, out of probably 50 things I found that were wrong, most of them could be fixed in a minute or two. And from yesterday's test, I found all of 5 things that had to be fixed. So when this gets into other people's hands, it'll be really interesting how that goes. I'm really excited and really freaking nervous. But that's about it for today. This week as well, there will be no topic video. At the moment, I'm hyper focused on just getting this demo completed and released to you. If you'd like to know exactly when it's available, there will be a link in the description. But I really need to just get this demo completed so I can start getting the funding applications underway. I've also got a ton of admin work that needs to be done, including things like bank accounts, and there's just so many things that going into running a game dev business, or any business really. I do have ideas for the topic videos. None this week just seem really super important to get out or just timely and relevant to what I'm going through at the moment. So if you have any ideas, let me know down in the comments. Anything at all about game development you'd like me to talk about, just drop it down there and I'll see if I can cover it. Thanks as always for watching. My name is Andrew from Stasis Booth Games. If you haven't liked, subscribed, and shared, I would really appreciate that. And I would appreciate it even more if you could check out We Are Not Alone on Steam and click that little wishlist button. Until next time, stay indie.